Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Reno Tirakatne.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm pleased to speak in support of this bill, the Customs and Excise Prohibition of Imports made by Slave Labour Amendment Bill, sponsored by my good colleague Peeni Henare, and can I congratulate him for bringing this bill to the House. And sir, this is a very worthy bill which cuts to the heart of great evil that prevails in this world, unfortunately, in this day and age, and that is slavery, sir. And it seeks to prohibit the importation of goods produced by slavery. And as we know, sir, there are those unscrupulous operators who profiteer from slave labour, and indeed we do import goods which are produced by slave labour. And so it's almost ironic, sir, that we have just had the defeat, the government reject a worthy bill to increase the minimum wage or to guarantee a minimum wage for contractors that's been rejected. But I'm not surprised, sir, because once again the government has shown its complete ineptitude to navigate its moral compass on behalf of New Zealand. And here we are again. What have we heard from the government in terms of this bill so far? I've reviewed Mr. Mitchell's speech that he's just given, sir, and all we hear are excuses, excuses, excuses. All as we hear is that, oh yes, slavery is abhorrent, but it's too difficult to define, or it's too broad. The supply chains are too complex. How will we be able to differentiate between what's produced by slave labour? We get the same excuses coming forward from the government. So it really just rings hollow. Their rhetoric rings hollow because what we know is that this is all about their ideology and the principles that they stand for. If this bill, sir, had some sort of FTA dimension to it, well, the members opposite would be doing cartwheels and doing whatever they can to make sure that it gets over the line. But a worthy bill which is all about taking a stand as New Zealanders, that we take a stand and that we show leadership from this Parliament against the evils of slavery. What does the government do? Oh, it's too hard, too complex. Oh no, we can't do it. But it's a worthy cause, but it's not okay. But no, sorry, we can't go there. Well, that's not good enough, sir. That's not good enough. I was hoping that this bill would be an amazing grace moment for this House. I was hoping that there would be some enlightenment that would elucidate the government, so that they would, my colleague Peeni Henare here, sir, he's a modern-day William Wilberforce. He is leading the charge against the abolition of slavery, the abolition of the perpetuation of slavery in these modern times through us banning the import of these goods. And I was hoping that this would be an amazing grace moment for this House. But sadly, sir, they have not taken up the call from my colleague here. Alas, they haven't. And that is very sad, sir, because we should be taking a stand. This is a worthy piece of legislation, and we do need to take it seriously. And, that's exactly why this bill needs to go to Select Committee, because the USA has implemented legislation to this effect. Belgium has passed legislation to this effect. So if it's good enough for those major countries to implement such legislation, then we should be investigating it. We should be looking at their examples as to what they are doing. So sadly, sir, yes, I was hoping that this would be the amazing grace moment where this House would come together and we would take a stand and, for our country, take a stand and think of all of those millions of folks around the world that are victims of slavery, and take a stand against that. But alas, it is very disappointing that this government is opposing this bill. But I do support this bill, and I support my colleague Peeni Henare, and I congratulate him for bringing this bill to the House. Kia ora tātou.
Dr. Shane.